Welcome to Introduction to Java Programming, and today's episode will look at the random or the random number. So let's play a game. I would think about a number in my mind from 1 to 10, and you have to guess the number. Okay? 1, 2, 3. So what is the number that I have in my mind? It's 3. Okay, let's try again. Okay, it was 7. Let's try again. Can you guess? It was 4. So I hope you got the idea. Like, I would choose any number randomly. There would be no sequence. There would be no pattern. So that's is what a random number is. Uh, it doesn't have to follow anything. If it follows some pattern sequence, you can predict that number. So it's a sequential number or a pattern based number. It's not a random number. That's a separate discussion if true random number exists or not, but let's assume like it seems like it's a random number. So you can't predict what would be the next number. Like in the example, couple of would you have already guessed, and couple of them would be difficult for you to guess. So when we roll a dice, basically 1 to 6 number, so any number can appear, and different time it appears differently. You really can't predict which number will appear. So there is a range that plays very important role. If the range is very less, it's easy to guess, or you can get lucky as well to guess the number. If the range is bigger, like if we use two dices, so the values could be 2 to 12, like 1 is the minimum number that can come, which means 2, and 6 is the maximum number that can come, that's 12. So let's write the code in Java which generates a random number. That's how we give the feel that a computer can really think of some number in his own mind. Actually, uh, a computer can only think what we can tell them. It's an algorithm which basically does this. But for our simplicity, let's not go to that philosophical detail. So here is I created a new file here. I created a main method, this is required to run the program. And here I will create an object of random class. Okay, and you know that classes help us to perform certain functionality, and here we can print next integer. So here we can provide the bound, the range. So if I type here 5, so let's run this program. Okay, here is the output. So the random number that was generated was 3. Let's try again and run the program. Now this is 0. So that means that if you provide the bound 5, it generates the number between 0 and 4. So let's write here a small program. You then don't have to remember the syntax that I'm writing now. So I'm gonna run this line at 10 times. So I want to run this line 10 times. Here is the way to create a loop. I haven't explained loop yet, but just look at the result over here. So it generated random number 2 3 4 0 4 1 4 1 2 1. So that's how it generates the random number. So you have to provide the bound is the range basically. So if you provide 5, it means 0 to 4. If you provide 100, it means it's 0 to 99. What if we want to have a range? We want to have a range from 101 to 101 to 150. So One thing is simple. So we have to generate a number. We have to provide 50. That's the range. And we know that for this, it will generate a number between 0 to 49. And if we add 101 to it, like whatever the random number is generated, we just have to add 101. So this will automatically become 101 to 150. Let's try this one. Okay, now here we can see it started with 119, 116, 137, because whatever it generates, we are adding 101. So that's our range. So whatever the starting range is, you just type that specific number here, and the remaining amount, like we wanted to generate 50, 101 to 150, so that's why I given here the range of 50. So if it generates 0, that will become 101. If it generates 49, so when it's added with 101, it will become 150. Let's try again. Okay, let's try again. So you can see here it's pretty much generating different random number. And these random number can be used for different purposes. For example, I want to write a program which says something different every time randomly. So here I'm going to create an array of messages. So I will say welcome. So here I created a string array. Array is basically having more than one values. So we have five value of the same time. All these are strings values. So now using this random number, we want to show the message uh, between uh, 0 to 4, because the length is 5. So this is 0 subscript, this is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I'm gonna keep this in a variable index. I want to generate a random number, so I will give the bound 5, which means 0 to 4, and array index starts 0, so that's perfectly all right. So based on the index, I want to show the message here. So from the messages array, I want to access an index which is generated by this random number. So let's run this program. When I run this program, it will generate a random number between 0 and 4, because I have provided here an index of 5. Then we store this randomly generated value as an index, and then we'll access that index from the array. So this is our array messages. This is 0 index, this is 1, this is 2, 3 and 4. So 0 to 4 will generate. So whatever the message is, we're gonna print it. Let's generate it. So it says good day. Let's run it again. This time it says welcome. So every time it will give me a different message, and it can repeat as well, because the random doesn't mean that it's unique. It could repeat sometime, and sometime it can repeat in a sequence. We can see here, here and here. So you can use these random numbers, like where you have to achieve such randomness. It looked like a random thing, or you want to create a game, a guest number game, or maybe the Ludo, the famous game, or maybe any game which include dice or randomness. But one thing for sure is the true randomness is in the nature. Okay, I hope you liked today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please share with your friends, family and others. Thank you. Take care. Bye.